Live, so that is pretty exciting. I literally have not showered since my workout a couple hours ago. But that's okay because that's what we're here to talk about is health and fitness and coaching. So we'll get started tonight. If you are watching from your laptop or if you are on your phone, if you could just mute it because it gets super echoey. The way that you mute it is just by putting your cursor down at the bottom and you'll see a mute sign. If you're on your cell phone, you'll be able to mute it if you just look at your screen at the very bottom. There's a mute button just so that we're all able to hear one another. I will do FAQs at the very end, or you can also put your cursor at the bottom and there is a chat, so you can also chat your question as well. But basically what we're going to talk about tonight is just a little bit about me and how I started coaching, what is coaching, how we run challenge groups, a little bit of history about Beachbody, which then turned into Team Beachbody, and then obviously how you can make a business about it, what type of coaches there are out there, and then a brief overview on compensation. So my name is Tracy Baldrak, because I know that there are several of you that are sitting in on this call who I personally do not know. You may have been invited by someone else on our team. Our team consists right now of 500 coaches. Out of those 500 coaches, there are probably about 65 working coaches. I just got done spending a weekend with 10 of them in Dallas. We had, was not a Beachbody event, but it was a leadership event that we attended together. I have been coaching for just over 2 years. I'm a mother of 4. I have an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old girl, a 5-year-old boy, and a 2.5-year-old girl. And the way that I got started was literally because I was totally stressed out, moving to 4 kids, but when I had my 4th, my oldest was not even 6 yet. Some of these pictures at the bottom just show that was my 4th pregnancy. I actually did not gain a lot of weight in that pregnancy. I gained it afterwards. If you've ever heard of a meal train, our neighbors and people from our church and the schools and the community were awesome, and they would bring these dinners over, and we had these dinners that came from the month of November and through January. And it would be like these pasta, meatloaf, all this awesome fall, winter food with a bottle of wine and a dessert. And I literally just ate my stress away with those portions. I was anxious. I was definitely a binge eater. I put a picture of my husband came home one night, and I won't forget this. And if you look in the bottom, I made these really fatty drinks, the cheese appetizer, the shrimp appetizer, and that was before I served a huge steak. I could just eat really poorly. And so I was just inconsistent with health and fitness, and I was totally overwhelmed with just handling the 4 kids and trying to work at managing the household and getting everybody to and from school. So I knew that something had to change. But every time I would try to go to the gym, it was impossible. Equinox would page me. It was just really tricky for me to sort of find any kind of balance whatsoever. So what happened was one of my girlfriends from high school called, and she was like, "Have you heard of Beachbody?" And I heard of P90X, I heard of Tony Horton. I did not know about a coaching opportunity, and I also did not know that you could make a business of it whatsoever. So I tried T25, which was a 10-week program, 25 minutes for 6 days a week. And I started drinking Shakeology, and I was skeptical of the entire thing. I did not believe in the shakes. I did not want to be part of any sort of team. I was not looking to start a business with 4 kids under the age of 5 at home. But in that time that I did T25, after the end of 10 weeks, I was 30 pounds lighter. I was stronger. I felt amazing. I was able to handle my stress better. And people started asking me what I was doing. And I realized very quickly that my old business experience from when I worked in corporate America could completely merge with helping other people feel good about themselves. And if I could also make an income in doing so, then I was definitely interested and wanted to reach out. Thank you guys for whoever's on. There's a couple of you. I'm going to actually mute everybody because it's a little bit echoey. Okay, so I'm going to mute you guys. So if you have a question, just go ahead and go in the live chat. Okay, so get rid of this. So that's what now is. So now you can see, like, I work out when I'm on vacation. I try to do my best in eating well. I was just recently diagnosed with an autoimmune. I had a really bad flare-up a couple weeks ago. I met with my rheumatologist today, and I haven't been as on point as I could be. So I'm definitely a normal person who has slip-ups, and I'm going to play around with my nutrition and really hone it in, because I know I need to for this autoimmune and the inflammation that's occurring within me right now. But I am just a clean eater. I'm positive. I feel empowered. And I want to talk a little bit about the team, because that is what is the most exciting thing. Outside of helping other people in fitness, our team consists, like I said before, 500 coaches in our network. These are pictures of a couple of the people on our team that are actually working the business. Some of them are career coaches. Some of them are hobby coaches. I will explain what the difference is. But here's the great thing about the people on our team. There are women, there are men. They are, the ones I was with this past weekend were all women, but they are encouraging, they are fun, and they each bring something to the table. There are teachers, there are stay-at-home moms, there are nurses, there are corporate America women, there are women who specialize in nutrition, there are nutritionists, there are personal trainers. I mean, you name it. There's a photographer. There's a gamut of all different backgrounds that coach. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what exactly a coach does. But our team, what you get when you come onto our team is we will provide you with, every other week we have Zoom calls. This is a Zoom call. Right now I've got the PowerPoint on, but if I were to take it off, any person who's on this call, we would be able to see each other's faces. And we do training every other week. And it's not always from me. Next week, the girl on the bottom left is going to be training us. We all take turns offering a little bit about what we feel like we bring to the table to help each other. We share everything. It's not competitive. It's more of a culture of sharing and helping each coach get better at their job, because as a coach, if you get better at your job, then you can help more people get healthy. And we all have a passion for helping other people. There's a Getting Started Right training. So all of the potential coaches who are on this call tonight, if you decide that this is something that you want to do, we have a Getting Started Right training that starts on Monday. We have an advanced training that we call Emerald to Diamond training. We have a team Facebook page. We have a Vox chain, which is like a walkie-talkie. All the coaches are on it. So if anybody has a challenger that's having a problem with a nut allergy, or a challenger who's nursing a baby, or maybe there's a man that needs to lose 200 pounds, but he wants to really pack on muscle, we use that so that we can all put our heads together and come up with solutions that help other people. We also take trips together. Like I said, we just came from Dallas and Platinum Edge. These pictures were taken in Nashville. We went to our Coach Summit training, which is a Team Beachbody event. There were 25,000 coaches 2 years ago, and this past year there were 40,000 coaches. And we did a team dinner. We had all kinds of training that we did. But the most important thing was really just getting together and sharing best practices. In January, I'm hosting a diamond retreat. So all of the coaches who are serious about building their business, those who are diamond, which is like a promotion, they've gotten promoted to diamond, 3 promotions get you to diamond. So those diamond coaches will actually be coming to Stamford, Connecticut. And it's a diamond retreat that I'm hosting, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to do some team building. I'm going to provide some training. We're going to do a workout. I'm also hiring a photographer to come and take headshots, because social media is a very big part in this business, because a lot of the people that we reach out to are through virtual interaction, and we build relationships with them and then end up bringing them into our circle and really helping them. So it is important that on social media they look professional, and so that's going to be one of the benefits of that weekend. So Team Beachbody. So Beachbody started It was founded years ago in 1997 by Carl Daikeler and John Congdon. And it was a $150 million, it is a $150 million a year business. And there's household recognition because of all the infomercials. So if you've ever been up late at night, you might be flipping through the channels and you might see something on T25 or Insanity or Max 30 or P90X or 21 Day Fix or Pio or even hip hop abs or Brazilian butt lift, you name it. That's how they got started. And what they realized over time is that people were purchasing these programs and the programs work. I mean, there are millions upon millions of testimonials on how the programs work. But a majority of these people would buy the program and they'd be at home and they wouldn't finish them. So for instance, if you buy Max 30, it's an 8-week program. It is a hard workout. Max 30 will test you to the limits and people would purchase it, but there was no way for them to be accountable to anybody. And there was also no way to have anyone help them with their nutrition. And fitness and nutrition go hand in hand. So Carl Daikeler and John Congdon came up with the Team Beachbody, which is a separate entity outside of Beachbody. It's a separate company. And that is where they came up with the network marketing of coming up with coaches. So they took people who were already using the products, that already had results with the products, that already believed in the products, and they said, you should be a coach and just share your journey with other people and start getting other people excited and hold them accountable to finishing their programs. And so that is how the Team Beachbody coaching opportunity came about. And what that did is it took fitness and it took accountability and it took nutrition, which came out with several of the programs after this opportunity of the coach came about. And if you have those three, fitness, nutrition, and accountability, then people really get results. And that's where a lot of the growth exploded. And the whole idea was, the whole theme and mission is to end the trend of obesity. And there are still 3 billion obese people out there that need our help. So what is coaching? So coaching is, these are a lot of what we call before and afters, but I don't even like to call them before and afters because I'm still taking pictures and my 2-year journey is, it can be up and down. Obviously there was the 30 pounds, that one lady said over the weekend, she gave it back to the universe because she didn't want to say she lost it because she never wants to find it again. So I gave my 30 pounds to the universe, but there's been, 5, 7, 9, back down to, it's been a little bit cyclical with an extra 10 pounds based on the fact that I'm human. And because I'm human and because I share that I'm human and that, yeah, I gained 9 pounds this summer, but you know what, I'm working hard. Or, oh my goodness, my autoimmune, I really have to watch it. I'm going to really be eating anti-inflammatory foods. Who wants to do this with me? It's just sharing the fact that it's a journey for all of us. But if we're committed to fitness and eating well and really leading our best life because of it, then we become relatable to other people. So coaching provides friendships. Lots of my challengers that have joined challenge groups have become coaches because they realize that in the process of doing their workouts and sort of sharing what they're doing with other people, they realize that really that's all a coach does. Real people, real transformation. So lots of my coaches have come from my challenge groups. Some coaches have been born after just doing challenge groups for many, many years. Some of them are like, ooh, I want to know what coaching is all about. Let me join a challenge group. And then they also start coaching simultaneously. So it's different for a lot of people. I just did T25 and drank my Shakeology for 4 months. I was like, I just need to kind of work on being able to do high knees for more than 30 seconds. And I really just needed to just kind of focus on my own journey before I coached. Some people straight from the bat are like, I have 100 pounds to lose. I want to coach. I want to grab arms of people and I want them to come with me and do it. And they coach right off the bat. So you can see some of these pictures. This one of me in the bottom, I did the Ultimate Reset, which is 3 weeks of lots and lots of clean eating. You actually do not work out with the Ultimate Reset. It's a total focus on nutrition. So I did that in the spring. Up at the top is one of my challengers who looks fabulous. All of these are challengers. The bottom right-hand corner is one of our coaches, Juliet. She was in Dallas with us this weekend, and that was one of her transformations. The very top right-hand picture was the morning that she started her first challenge group, and she has just done a really great job with her own transformation, and after 4 months, she also decided that she wanted to be a coach. So this is just a list. This is just a picture of some of us from Summit in Tennessee, and again, I love this picture because I just talk about the fact that this team runs because of what every single person brings to it. Every single person has so many things that they bring to the table, and half of the really cool things that I've done in challenge groups or with my challengers is not my idea. It's been born from another coach, and we share everything. So it truly is an awesome culture. Coaching also provides a lot of opportunity for training. So as you start to do well in your coaching and you're impacting more and more lives, Beachbody provides leadership training. So the bottom left-hand corner was my trip to California in January. It was a leadership event. And that was an amazing event that I was able to go to, get some training, and then I can come back and bring it to my team. I'm going to another training in October back out in California again that is going to be so focused solely on leadership. The training that we were just at in Dallas, that was not a Beachbody event, but actually one of the coaches that's in our organization, she hosts it. And it was about living your authentic self and being really proud of that, and taking the fact that each and every one of us is unique and each and every one of us has something to share. And that's what coaches do. We just share our journey. And you know what? There are people out there that will be totally inspired by your journey. I wasn't expecting anything to happen with coaching, but it has become now a great source of income for my family. In the top left-hand corner, that's a trip that we took to Turks and Caicos. Those are my 4 little ones and my husband. And I just love that picture because when I took that, I just thought to myself how 2 years ago, taking a trip like that would have been a huge strain on my husband. And the fact that now I can help pay for some of those things that don't pressure him but are nice to haves, that was just such a gift that I wasn't expecting. And coaching has been able to provide that. So I'm going to stop before I get into compensation and see if there are any questions. I'm not seeing any, but if you have a question, feel free to take it off mute. And if not, I will keep going. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Okay, so I always cringe a little bit at this part because there's nothing wrong with finances or money being a driver. Absolutely. There are definitely people on our team that are driven by the income. However, I always say this when I do this call. I do this call once a month. I always say this, that this income has to be married with somebody who has a heart for helping other people. Because if you don't have a heart for helping other people, if you don't have passion for living your own best life, then this kind of income is never going to happen, because you have to put the people first and then the income follows. I'm also going to say that this is not a get rich quick job. It is a lot of hard work. And if you think of it this way, think of it like you're getting this airplane off the ground. Think of it like venture capitalists came out and gave you a couple $100,000 to start your business, in the main strip of your downtown area where you live. If that were the case, you would work years and years and years paying that back before you made a profit. It's the same thing here. You are not going to make a 6-figure income in 6 months. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It is not a pyramid scheme. And if you decide to go into the training that starts next week, we do get more into compensation. What I love about Beachbody is that every single one of my team members gets benefited from my work. So they get basically paid. My personally sponsored people get paid based on what I do and the people that I bring on. And I also get paid on the people that they bring on. So it is a binary compensation structure, which you will not find with other network marketing. So I love that because it truly does integrate. It condones the whole team mentality, and I love that. So on the left here, you can see this coach's name is Megan. She just had a baby. She made no money in January of 2010. And then the next year, she's making $167 a week. And then the next year, the same time, $785, and it goes down. So you can see what's happened in 6 years' time. She now makes $18,000 a week. But again, that is 6 years of grind, hard work, and being consistent in the business. I love this one on the right because this is from a coach who started, didn't really do anything with it, started, dabbled, took a break, and you can see what happened with her inconsistency. So basically from 2009 until like the first 2 years, she sort of just dabbled, didn't really do anything. And then you can obviously see what happened with her income when she really put her head down and focused on helping people. It is slow. It is the consistency and doing the same thing over and over again that will create that kind of income that can truly be life-changing. Rob and Chelsea are two coaches that actually met as coaches. They ended up getting married. And so BC stands for Business Center. So Chelsea shows her first business center, Rob's first business center. And as you sort of progress and get promoted, so to speak, you open secondary business centers. The more business centers you have, you're getting paid on several of them at one time. And that's sort of how your income compounds over time. But you can see for them, just in the course of 4 years, how their income has also compounded time after time after time. But that is blood, sweat, and tears. That is working so hard, you guys, the first 2 years and not really making any money. And I have been there. I've been, I guess July was my 2-year anniversary, and I cannot tell you how many times at month 12 or month 15 or month 20 or month 22 that I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And anytime my mind starts to go there, I just need to focus on my own fitness, being a product of the product, making myself better through a lot of personal development, which is one of our vital behaviors. So I read a lot of books. I'm reading The Miracle Morning right now to try to make my mornings more productive before everybody wakes up. And I focus on my challengers and my challengers getting results with our programs and educating them about how amazing Shakeology is and what it does to your body, and that it's just more than a meal supplement. It's got tons of nutrients that are key for living a great, healthy life. And so when I focus on those things, then the momentum starts. So it's very cyclical, and your mind has to be very, very trained and disciplined at just persevering through a lot and seeing the big picture. Okay, so moving on from compensation. So there are 3 coaching options, and I'm going to explain what those are before we finish. This is the last part of our presentation. But we have 3 different kinds of coaches. So we call them discount coaches, we call them hobby coaches, and we call them business builders. Okay, so I'm going to start with a discount coach. So a discount coach is someone, they love the Beachbody products. They drink Shakeology daily. They do not sell, they do not share, they do not run challenge groups, they do not help other people. If someone notices a change in them, they will most likely refer people to their coach who runs all of their challenge groups. They just want the discount. So anybody who's a coach gets 25% discount on all of the products. That includes all of the workouts, that includes the supplements, that includes Shakeology. So believe me, my coach, me as a coach, all of my coaches, we have several different people that just say this product is amazing. I want to keep drinking Shakeology. It's lowered my blood pressure. I have a ton of energy. It's curbed my cravings. My skin looks better. My inflammation is gone from my autoimmune. I mean, you name it. My uterine polyps have gone away. I mean, we've heard everything in terms of how it has really helped people. And a lot of them don't want to pay retail. They want to drink the product and what we call a lifer. If they want to drink it forever and a day, there's no reason that they should pay retail. So they become coaches just because they want to have the discount. That's a discount coach. Discount coaches are just as important to the business as business builders. Then we have hobby coaches, okay? Plenty of hobby coaches on our team too. Hobby coach is somebody, most of the time they have a full-time job. So they've got another full-time job. They want the discount. They're a Shakeology lifer. They love the products. They do programs from start to finish. They just finished P90X30. Now they're going to go to Body Beast. They finished Body Beast. Now they're going to go to 21 Day Fix Extreme. They share their journey on social media. They invite others to challenge groups. They do make money, but they're not like in it to win it. They're not looking at this as a career. Lots of hobby coaches turn into business builders. There's a woman on our team named Heidi. She was one of my very first coaches. I've known her for 17 years. I hired her back in Austin, Texas. She was one of my first challengers, and I knew Heidi would make an amazing coach. And so at the end of the challenge group, I said to her, you're posting your pictures on Facebook. You're showing us what you're eating on Facebook, not just in the challenge group. She was doing it on her own page. And I was like, you realize that you're basically doing what a coach does. You're inspiring other people. And so she had a full-time job. She's got 2 daughters and a husband. She was traveling probably 20 weeks out of the year. It was very stressful on her family. And the longer that she coached, she ran a couple challenge groups, and the longer that she coached and the more people that she helped and the bigger she saw this opportunity to become, she was like, I want to do this. So she managed her full-time job. She'd wake up early in the morning. She'd work late at night. She'd work on the weekends. And she just retired in July. She retired from corporate America after 20 years and is now a full-time coach. So that is an example of a hobby coach turning into a business builder. Some people are business builders right off the bat. Some people, that was not me. I was a discount coach. Then I was a hobby coach, and then I was a business builder. Some people come and they're like guns blazing. They're all in. That is somebody that sees the opportunity. They want to build financial freedom. They look at those compensation slides that I showed you a couple of minutes ago, and they're like, you know what? This is my why. I have XYZ. I want financial freedom. I have children to support. I have parents to support. I want to travel. I hate my full-time job. I want better hours. Whatever it is, they have something driving them where they see the opportunity and they go all in. And they recruit other coaches to coach with them. But I want to talk about that in a minute. They work on their leadership. They want to run a team. They want to inspire not just their challengers, but also other businessmen and women, and show them that this is truly a business that you can build. They want financial freedom. They want to go to leadership training. They hold trainings for the coaches in their own team. And they look at this as a means to provide some sort of freedom for them and the ones that they love. When I say recruit coaches, I want to be really clear on that. And this strikes a chord for me because I sort of grew up with like Amway people wanting to sell me things. And I had a really good friend whose dad did Amway. And I think that was my biggest hang up in the beginning was, does this seem like Ponzi scheme, or does this seem like a pyramid scheme? And I came from a business background. I worked for 12 years in an IT consulting company, and I essentially do what I do now. I ran an area of salespeople and recruiters, and I was in charge of making them successful and helping different companies find the IT professionals that they needed. Now, it didn't mean that I needed to be an expert in IT, but I had to teach them how to build relationships and how to get those job openings and how to feel good about themselves and how to figure out what they needed to do to make themselves better professionals. And that's really all that this is when you're running a team. And so I realized very quickly that this is a legitimate business. I studied the business plan. And what I loved the most about it is that I wasn't like recruiting coaches to be part of this team and then had nothing to do with them. My coaches that are on my team we talk every day. If there is a problem, it's all the information is shared. It is a very safe place. It's very encouraging. It's very honest. It's very real. And when I approach people about the coaching opportunity, it's at least approaching people that I see something in them that I know would make a great coach. And it's like, I now feel like if I don't ask them, then that is doing them a disservice, because this opportunity is like, can you pinch me, please? I cannot believe this is a job. I cannot believe that I just got back from Dallas and my cup was so full after spending time with such amazing people. Imagine like being in a room full of people that focus on improving themselves, being good leaders, being great listeners, putting themselves out there, being authentic, being honest, being truthful, focusing on their fitness, eating well. They're just joyful people. And even if, I'm in a phase of my life right now with one of my children that is a really dark place, but I don't feel dark. I feel totally supported and encouraged by the people that I work with. And so when we talk about recruiting other coaches, we are usually asking challengers that have done very well in the challenge groups. We're asking people from our past that we have relationships with, or we're seeing people on social media that are superstars. So if I have asked you to be on this call, it's because I truly see something in you where I'm like, that person would make a great coach. And that person's life can be changed because they can have a little piece of this opportunity and see if it's really something that can make a difference in their life. So I kind of talked about this earlier. What we are, we're parents, we're moms, we're dads, we're working people, we're dreamers, we are truly entrepreneurs. Truly. We're leaders. We are hard workers. We are hard workers. You have to work hard in this business. We encourage each other. We motivate our challengers. We motivate other people. We're go-getters, and we're accountability partners. We put ourselves out there a lot in our team page. Okay, here's my goals for the month, or here's the 30-day workout program I'm going to do, or hey, I'm Tracy and I am in a fitness funk. I need help. And one of my accountability partners was like, okay, we're doing a new program for 30 days. I'm like, okay. And we check in with each other when we're done. We are not get-rich schemers. We will never beg people to do this. If someone says to me, thanks, but it's not for me, I will never beg someone. No one on our team will ever beg someone, because we want to run with the willing. We want to run with the people that are excited and that want to run with us. We will not poach people. We will not take other team members from other Beachbody teams. We don't want and hunt people. We ask, we share what the opportunity has done for us, but we're never going to be salesy about it at all. I always give anyone an out. Hey, so-and-so, I've got a challenge group coming up October 10th. I would love for you to join. If it's not the right time for you, that's okay. You let me know when you're ready. I always give them the out so that they never feel like they're being pressured. Okay, so that is it. Before I close, I just want to see if anybody has any questions. Okay, so what's next? Okay, if you are excited about this, if it sounds like it's something that you want to do, message the person who invited you to this call. Let them know the kind of coach that you think you want to be, and they can walk you through the sign-up process. Some of you guys might already be using the products. Some of you guys might want to start the products. If you are a discount or a hobby coach, most of us are running challenge groups October 10th. There might be a couple running challenge groups the 3rd. I'm not sure. And if you're a business builder, we've got a training starting on Monday, and we would love to get you started in that training. So follow up with the coach that invited you to this call. Let them know if you have any questions. Let them know what your perspective is. Have conversation about it. Mull it over. Think about it. Pray about it. Meditate about it. And I promise that you will come to the decision that works best for you. But I know that every single coach on this team feels so passionate about what they're doing, and I'm excited that they wanted to share that with you. So thank you guys so much for being on the call tonight, and I will hopefully see some of you soon. Bye.